Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to dimension your drawing in AutoCAD. Dimension is an important part in any CAD environment. In fact, the object that we draw in a CAD sometimes not just for graphical presentation. You draw something which you need to send to another expert to be constructed or manufactured. So the dimension can help them to interpret the object exactly the way it's drawn. So they can use that dimension to interpret the product and bring our creativity in the real world. I create a drawing like this so that it can help you understand. I create a drawing like this one because when you look at the preview in the dimension style manager, you see something like this. So I create a drawing like this so that it can relate with the dimension style manager. How I create this drawing: go to the annotative tab and click the dialog box launcher in the dimension panel. Then use the sniping tool on your window. Then snap this object and draw it so that your drawing can match like mine. In the drafting and annotation workspace, go to the annotative tab and focus on the dimension panel. The latest version of AutoCAD come with a command called dimension. This command has a series of dimension. Almost all of the dimension that you use in AutoCAD are in this command. This is an intelligent command. When you select this command, what the command does, it reflects to any object that you select. For example, if I select this line, automatically it creates a linear dimension for me. Then when I select this, it creates a line dimension for me. If I select the circle, it creates a diameter dimension for me. If I select the arc, it creates a radius dimension for me. So this is a great command if you have already understand the dimension. But I'm advise you for the moment, leave that command for now and try to understand how the dimension works. Then when you master the dimension, you can deal with that command when necessary. For example, let's do some practice with this command. Now, if I go to the annotative tab dimension panel and select this command, if I select this object, the command understand that I'm selecting, I need align dimension. You place your dimension. Then if I select this object, the command automatically play dimension. You see, if I select this, is the same. Now if I select the circle, the command automatically give me a diameter dimension, as you can see, with the center mark. If I select the arc, the command give me a radial dimension. Press escape. Now I'm going to erase all of this dimension for the moment. Now select the dimension command again. If you look at the command line, you have the option angular, baseline, continuous, ordinate, align, distribution, layer, undo. So you can make use of all these options with this one command. Now if, for example, if I type A on my keyboard and press enter, the dimension command automatically puts me in the angle mode. Now AutoCAD asks me to select arc, circle, line, or vertex. Now if I select this line, then AutoCAD asks me to select the second line. Then as you can see, the command is automatically place the dimension for me. See, then it goes back to the previous state. Now if I select the type letter A on my keyboard and press enter again for the angle option, if I select the arc, you see the arc is 90 degree the included angle of the arc is 90 degrees. Then if I type A again and press enter, then I select the circle. AutoCAD asks me to specify the first side of the angle. Then if I click at this point, then as I move, AutoCAD AutoCAD update the circle for me. When I like what I see, then I click. So the 2 points that I click, now AutoCAD asks to specify the location of the dimension. You see, the 2 points that I click is 240 degrees. I'm going to press. I'm going to undo. Now let's go back to the command again. If I select this command, then select this. If I select this command, then select this line, I place, then the prompt still repeats. This time around, I'm going to select the C for the continuous option. Type C on your keyboard and press enter. Now AutoCAD asks me to select extension line to continue from. Then if I select this line, then I'm going to turn on my object snap, then click on the endpoint object snap. As you can see, AutoCAD places a continuous dimension. Press escape. Press escape again to get out of the command. Select all of this dimension and press the delete key on your keyboard. Now select the command again. Click on this object, then place the dimension. Now use the baseline option by typing B on your keyboard and press enter. AutoCAD asks you to specify the first extension line to use as origin for the base. I'm going to select this one, then this one. Then if I go to the annotate tab, dimension panel, and select this command again, then I select this object and place. Then the prompt repeats again. This time around, I'm going to type B and press enter for the base option. AutoCAD asks me to specify the first extension line origin as a base point. Click on this line. Now move your mouse cursor and select at this vertex, but you cannot select at this corner because the object snap is off. Go on the status bar and turn it on if yours is off. Select. As you can see, with the dimension command, you can use almost all of the options you have in the dimension command in AutoCAD. Press escape. Now I'm going to select all of these objects and erase them. Now let's look at the other dimension command that you have in the dimension panel. Let's look at this first one, which is linear. The linear command, when you use the linear dimension, it measures the distance from one point to the other and ignore the slope of the line. For example, if I select the linear command, AutoCAD asks me to specify the first extension line. If I select this line, then it asks me to specify the second extension line. Then when I click, AutoCAD dimension the object. So it's a 3-click process. The first click to specifying the first point, the second click to specifying the second point, then the last click to specifying the dimension line location. Now I want my dimension line to be here. Click at this point. So I have already dimensioned the object and locate them where I want the object to be. Now this line is horizontal. This is the true length of the line. If I want to dimension a vertical line again, I can use the same command. Go to the annotate tab, dimension panel, and click dimension command. Click on this point, then move your mouse cursor until you see this end point object snap. Click. Now move the mouse cursor, and place the dimension. You see, AutoCAD dimension the distance from this point to these 2 points. But if I want to dimension this line, now let's use the same command again. Go to the Home tab, go to the Annotate tab, Dimension panel, and select the Dimension command. Click on this vertex and click on this. Then move your mouse cursor. Place the dimension. Press enter to start the same command again. Click on this vertex. Click on this vertex. Now move the mouse cursor up and place this command. The linear dimension command only measure the distance from the 2 points and ignore the angle. By that I mean, I click on this point and click on this point. AutoCAD does not measure the distance between the distance of the line. It measures the distance from this point in the y-axis, and also this dimension measure from the along the x-axis, and ignore the measurements, the true distance of the object. Now, if you want to get the true distance of the object, you use another command, which is the align dimension. It is this one. With the align dimension, for now, let me erase the dimension that I have in the drawing. Well, let me copy this to a new area so that you can use the measurements in this one, the one as a reference. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and select the copy command. Copy this drawing into a new location, escape, then erase all the dimension in the original drawing. Now go to the Home tab, go to Annotate tab, Dimension panel, and click down and select the Align dimension. Now if I click this point, then click this point, locate my dimension. As you can see, there is no difference between this measurements and this measurements, because this Align dimension, it measures the true distance of the object. So if I select this again, I click on this point, then again I click on this point. As you can see, this time around, instead of the dimension the distance in the x and y axis, it follow the angle of the object and measure the line in a true world. Now when I use the linear dimension, the 2 points give me 1.75, while the align dimension, the 2 points give me 2.0207. So this is the difference between the two. Then also there is another dimension which you need to know. If I click this down arrow and move down and select angular, AutoCAD asks me to select arc, circle, line, or to specify a vertex. Now if I click on this line, then AutoCAD asks me to select a second line. Then if I select this one, AutoCAD automatically automatically show me the degree of the line that I select, and asks me to specify a location for the arc dimension. Then if I move down, you see the 60 degree, the text is outside the 2 arrow. Then when I move inside, you see the text is inside. I'm going to explain this better when we deal with the dimension style in another tutorial. So now place your arc dimension, your angular dimension. Go to the Annotate tab and Dimension panel again, click the down arrow. This time around you have another option, which is arc length. What this dimension does, it measures the distance along the arc. For example, if you have a 90 degree arc, or you have a circle, you divide the circle into 4 portions, or you divide the circle into 2 portions, semicircle. What this command does, it measures the circumference of the arc. So now if I select this, AutoCAD place the circumference of the arc, the distance along the arc, then with the arc symbol before the text to show that this is an arc length dimension. The length of this arc is 1.2 is 1.24, is 1.2637. Then if you click the down arrow again, there is another dimension which is radius. Now if I select the same arc again, this time around I have 0.8045. This is the distance from the center point to the arc, the radius of the arc. Then if I click the down arrow again, I select this option diameter. Then if I select this circle, AutoCAD give me the diameter of this circle. As you can see, the diameter of this circle is 1.1090. Now the second to last, which is the jog dimension. What this does is that sometimes you have an arc, but if you want to find the center point of an arc, the center point of the radius. For example, let me do a practical example. Now the next one is the jog dimension. What it does, sometimes you have an arc which is the center of the arc is far away from your drawing, so you use this one to place it anywhere you want to place it at a center and give it a jog dimension to tell that the placement of the arc is not in the actual position. For instance, if I have arc something like this, let me just draw a simple arc 3 points. For example, this one. Now if I go to the Annotate tab and select the radius option, then when I select this arc, this is the radius of the arc. If I select this jogged arc dimension, then I select the source object, AutoCAD asks me to specify a center location to override. Then I'm going to enter 2 units, press enter, then click to place your jog dimension. As you can see, you know that the radius of this arc is 4 feet, but this is 4 units, 4.3970 units, but this is not the center of the arc. So I'm going to erase this one. I'm just use it as an example. Then you have the ordinate. What the ordinate does, it measures from the origin of the drawing and give you the absolute coordinate of the point. Now if I select this one, then I click here, this means this distance from the origin is 2 units in the y-axis. Then if I select the same command again, then click at the same area, then I move up. This means the distance from the x-axis is 0. So the coordinate of this point is 0, 2 inches. That means the x-axis is 0 and the y-axis is 2. Let me do a practical example to see exactly what I mean. Now go to the home tab and start the circle command. When AutoCAD asks you to specify the center of the circle, enter 0, then enter 2 for the y coordinate, press enter. As you can see, the circle starts at this point. So this is exactly what the ordinate command does. Now if I select this point, then I click on this area, still the x-axis is 2, then press enter again. The y-axis is still 2. Then if I move off, now instead of the 0, 0, this time around the x-axis is 1.0159. So when you want to draw a circle, enter this point. This can help you. This is more useful in mechanical drafting. I'm going to erase this circle. Delete all of this dimension. Then the other button, you have another button, the quick dimension. This is a very great command if you want to dimension a series of objects. For example, if I select this command, it asks me to select object. So now if I use a window selection and click on this object, press enter, then when I move the mouse cursor, I can dimension all those objects at one click. Then there is another two command here, the continuous and the baseline. Now let's start at the continuous. If I use the linear dimension, then I dimension this object. Then I want to dimension all these objects and I want them to align perfectly. All I need to do, there is no need for me to draw them separately. So I just need to select the continuous dimension. AutoCAD starts to dimension the object where I from the previous dimension from the previous dimension. Now click on this. You can even click to some area away from the other drawing or to reference to another drawing. AutoCAD can dimension all those objects at once. Press enter when you finish dimension, when you satisfy with the dimension command. Now I'm going to undo this one by typing U on your keyboard and press enter. There is another similar command. Click the down arrow against the continuous dimension and select the baseline dimension. Since I have used a command, when you use these two options, if you use a linear dimension command recently, AutoCAD start from that point. AutoCAD start from the second line that you select. But if you have used another object and select this command, AutoCAD asks you to select a baseline. In this case, I'm going to use this as a baseline and click on this, then I can even click on this. When you satisfy, press enter to end the command and press escape. Now when you look at this dimension, you have already dimension from this point to this point, but sometimes you need a distance from this point to this point plus this point to this point. So this baseline dimension can help you to start from the origin for any time that you click a new point, AutoCAD measure from the origin to that point and so on. The space between the dimension can be controlled in the dimension style dialog box, but we're going to talk more about the dimension style in an upcoming tutorial. Now as you can see, this is 1.0159, then from the same point to the other point is 2.0318, then the other point is 3.0422, then the other point is 10.0453. This can help you when you have a series of drawing and you want to reference the dimension in a single point. Alright, we're going to end this tutorial here for today. If you find this tutorial useful, please click the like button below, and if you have any question or any problem you want me to help you about dimension, I'm glad to hear your comment, or you can email me your problem, your question at step-by-step-online-designing@gmail.com. Also, if you want to know more about the dimension style, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.